Ryan, this also adds urgency to the current political rock fight at the Capitol. Lawmakers need to get their regular work done before they deal with this latest bit of history. House members have been taking an impromptu summer vacation while they wait on the Senate to blink on negotiations for the governor's hot ticket special session item that all of us have a stake in, lowering property taxes. Before heading back to Austin, Lubbock Representative Dustin Burrows spoke with us about what this is all about and how much money it might eventually save us.
Here's the good news. The House and the Senate all have agreed on $17.6 billion for property tax relief, the biggest property tax relief package that we've seen in Texas. We just have a disagreement about what we should actually do as far as how to spend it. We did not get anywhere during the regular session. The governor called us back in, made a very narrow call, said we're going to do compression only, something both the House and the Senate at least agree upon is a big component of both packages. Right. We passed the governor's plan in a day. We've encouraged the Senate to go ahead and pass that. They have not at this point in time. I do think that if we have a second special session, which is likely coming, we'll probably see a similar call, and hopefully we'll get back to a compression-only property tax relief package.
Lieutenant Governor on the Senate side has talked a lot about raising homestead exemptions. Appraisal caps are probably in there somewhere. How is all that going to play into a potential compromise? And the most important thing is, what is this realistically going to save people? So
here's the deal, right? The House during the session, we really led with compression plus appraisal caps. The Senate said the appraisals were a non-starter. They wanted homestead instead. We were willing to do some homestead in return for appraisal caps. That still didn't work for the Senate. Compression, however, is the basis for everybody's plan. The governors, the Senates, and the Houses. We just have a different mixture of how that ought to be. If we're going to eliminate school M&O being funded from property taxes or continue to go down that pathway, compression is the tool that we need, and we need to do as much as we can in compression to get that done. Explain compression to folks, and
my understanding of all of it is basically just we take the maintenance and operation cost, or a large part of it, out of the tax bill that people get from their school districts. The state sort of subsidizes that money, and that's where you get the property tax relief. Am I right here on all this?
I think that basically is a good explanation of it. So the state does not have a property tax system, right? We do not levy your property and collect revenues from it. Instead, we get our general revenues from sales tax and franchise tax and other things of that nature. What we do with compression is we take what you are otherwise being taxed by your local ISD to fund their maintenance and operations, and we take our dollars and put those in place and then buy down the tax rate so that our mixture is becoming more state heavy, funded by things that are non-property tax. So you will see a decrease in tax savings. Everybody sees a decrease in tax savings for that.
That sounds great, and of course we have a lot of extra money to work with now with the sort of budget, extra cash for the budgets that you can work with in Austin this time around. But is the state ready for more of a long-term commitment after all that money is spent if we want to keep doing these sort of compression things to buy down the tax rates?
Absolutely. We started this in 2019 when we did SB 2 and House Bill 3, and we started with a compression. We continued to fund that in 2021. We'll continue to fund that component in 2023. We actually have passed a bill in the Texas House in 2019. We tried again in 2021 that would have a long-term phase out of that. It is a noble, good objective for us to have, and we need to continue to play and chip away at that.
There are school boards right now, though, big and small school districts who are looking at trying to put budgets together for their upcoming school year. And this sort of drags on. They're wondering, okay, how much am I going to have to spend? Are we going to have to basically sign something off and hope for the best on a deficit budget for our kids? What do you tell them today about what's going to happen over the next few weeks or a couple of months in Austin?
So I think the school boards are really looking at what we're doing with school finance and teacher pay. And we have $4 billion set aside for those. Unfortunately, those are tied up in a school choice fight that we're having with the governor about what populations that would extend to, things of that nature. He has expressed a desire not to take that up until September. So I would love to get it done now. I have such a good amount of respect and good relationship with so many people who serve as superintendents and board of directors, school board members, that I would love to go ahead and get this done now sooner than later so they don't have to wait. But right now we may be in a wait and see approach.
The governor has said he wants the education savings accounts, the so-called school voucher thing, or however you want to put it. Where are you on this as we stand today after getting through the session and hearing talk about things? And what do you say to district leaders who say, look, I'm going to lose students at some point to this, and that's funding and all this that would drop as well. What do you tell them, and where are we here?
Yeah, two things. Talking just about rural, I do not think that education savings accounts are going to be particularly beneficial to them or particularly harmful to them because most of the options are not going to exist in those areas. So I really don't think it's that. You know, for me personally, you know, I think there is a strong desire for some sort of special needs. You know, as a parent and others that, you know, children that need some special attention sometimes that have, you know, I think they call them 504 different things. I can see a real help for some of those families to do that. So I'm open to the conversation, open to the debate. You know, I don't think that we're going to have some sort of universal choice plan that's going to come out of the next legislative cycle. But, you know, there are some reasons for, you know, failing campuses, F campuses, to have that conversation and special needs.
Governor has said going into the last few weeks he would veto essentially Senate bills, but a little bit of everything until his priorities were moved through. We got to the Sunday deadline, and here we are with 70 plus, I think, at the last count I saw. Is that the right way to kind of put pressure on the Senate to move here?
Look, at the end of the day, I do respect the governor because he knows how important property tax relief is. And these are the tools that he has constitutionally available to him, and I'm not going to tell him how to basically exercise that power. But that being said, we need to get a deal done on property taxes, and I'm hopeful. And look, you know, we do. The good news is the Senate and the House and the governor all agree we want property tax relief. It's not a debate about whether we should do it, it's just how we should do it. And so the more pressure we put trying to get a deal done, I think the better.
And we'll have more from Representative Burrows on the